Hey there, Dr. Chad again, and welcome to day 2 of your 2-week hip protocol. Yesterday we showed you a simple belt stretch for your day 1 exercise, and I would love to know how that went for you. Please comment below this video and let me know if it was easy, if it was difficult, if your pain is better, if it's no worse. Maybe rate your pain level on a scale of 1 to 10. That'll also help me know about your progress. So today we're going to introduce a new movement. It's going to be a hip flexor stretch. So you probably heard of stretching your hip flexors a lot. It's super important because your hip flexors attach to your spine. Many of us have, and it connects down to your femur, but many of us have super tight hip flexors because of so much sitting, and it pulls the lower part of our spine forward. And a lot of people, we kind of see this tilt in the pelvis because of tight hip flexors, and it tilts that pelvis forward, and it makes it more likely we're going to get impingement in the hip. The whole hip joint kind of gets out of socket, and the front part of the hip gets more pressure than the back because of that tilt. So what we want to do is open up that hip flexor and release a lot of the pressure in that hip joint. Remember, the first priority that we want to do with the hip is to improve mobility. So I'm going to show you a hip flexor stretch first, and then we're going to put that together within a routine that you're going to follow along with the movement we did yesterday with that belt stretch. So with the hip flexor stretch, all you need today is going to be the bed. I'm on a massage table right here, but you can do it on the edge of a bed, would be completely fine. A more firm bed, like a massage table, is better, but you could definitely do it on a soft bed as well. So let's show you how to do this, all right? So, disclaimer alert, this video is not medical advice. I am a licensed physical therapist and a doctor of physical therapy. However, I'm not your physical therapist and can't properly diagnose you through the internet. So please do not use this video to avoid going to your own healthcare professional or to replace the advice they have given you. If you experience any pain or difficulty with these exercises, please stop immediately and see your healthcare professional. Thank you. What you're going to do is get on the edge of the bed here, okay? You're going to scoot all the way over to where you're kind of, the lower part of your glutes, your butt here is kind of laying off the side. Take your hands, put them around your knee on the side that's over the bed, and let the knee on the opposite leg fall right here. And you might want to pull up your pants a little bit so the hip itself can get stretched out. But this is a really simple stretch. You just pull this back and hold and breathe while you're doing that, and just let go. You pull the knee in just to a comfort level, make sure everything is nice and comfortable, and just let this side, this is what we're stretching, open up, stretching up that hip flexor, getting some extension in the hip. And you're going to hold this for 30 seconds, and we're going to do both sides, okay? So really simple. So what we're going to do today for our routine, and again, you can follow along with me, is we're going to do 2 rounds of 5 seconds of the hip stretch, and I'm only going to show you the affected hip. You can punch pause and stretch both sides, but to save your time in case you really just want to focus on one hip, I'm only going to stretch one side, okay? But we're going to do that belt stretch where we go 5 seconds up, and then 5 seconds over, and then back, and then we'll do that 5 times, and then we'll do 30 seconds of the belt stretch on each side, or 30 seconds of the hip flexor stretch. That's 1 round, and then we'll do 2 rounds. You can just follow along with me. Remember, for that hip stretch, you just need a belt, okay? Really simple. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, and I'll keep the timer, so you don't have to worry about that, in my head. And the first thing we're gonna do is that belt stretch. So, remember, looping around the foot, okay? You're gonna have a straight leg. We're going up, holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then going over, just to a comfortable level. Straight leg, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, and then down. That's 1 rep. Up again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2. And then up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3. Good. Nice straight leg, remember? Up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back, and that's 4. One more. Up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up, and then down. Good, excellent. Now we're gonna do another, about a 30-second stretch with the bad hip here. The one you wanna work on, remember, you can do both sides on these if you want to. Just punch pause to get the other side, okay? So letting the bad leg, the bad hip hang off the side, pulling the knee on the other side, and just breathing here for about 30 seconds. Good, about 20 more seconds to go. Just nice and easy, relax. When you're doing these sustained stretches, just really focus on your breathing. Another thing you want to do is relax your face. If you want to know how tense you are throughout your body, just check in with your face. Are you kind of flexing those muscles in your face, squinching your eyes, wrinkles in the forehead, all that? Just relax all the muscles in your face. And that helps you relax the entire body and just focus on that breathing. Good. So now we'll come back up again and do another round of the belt stretch. Same thing here. Just getting a little bit more volume and stretching, okay? So when you're ready, we'll go ahead and go up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and over. 2, 3, 4, 5, up and back. That's 1. Up, 2, 3, 4, 5, over, 2, 3, 4, 5, up and down, that's 2, and then up, 2, 3, 4, 5, over, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, that's 3, and then up, 2, 3, 4, 5, over, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, and then down. Is that 3 or 4? Let's do one more. Up, 2, 3, 4, 5, over, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up, and then back down slowly. Good. Then coming on up. And now we'll turn around, do this hip stretch again. Okay. Pulling the knee in, letting the other leg hang off. Looks like we got Maya leaving us. That's all right. And just resting again for like 30 seconds. And remember, with this exercise, definitely want to have some shorts or pants where you can get full extension on this hip. I'm lucky to have some pretty flexible pants here, but just make sure that's the case for you. And just relax and breathe. And while we're here, remember to drink water. So important for you. Drink water and get really good sleep every day. Good, another 5 seconds here, finishing up. Okay, all right, well done. So that routine there, where we just did 2 rounds of the belt stretch and the hip flexor stretch, you just did it once. We want to do it at least one more time today, okay? And if you can, I would love to have you check in after this video, after these exercises today. Just let me know how it felt, how it went for you. And before you go, I always like to give a little bit of education on things that you can do to help put your body in a better position so you don't have pain overall. So what I'm gonna cover today is the principles of sitting. Very often I see people stay in pain because they're sitting in poor positions, right? So I see this a lot, kind of lean to the side, like this right here. And people will come to me and they say, Dr. Chad, why do I have neck pain? Or why do I have hip pain? Or why do I have back pain? And I just kind of look at them and smile and I say, it's your position, silly. So we want to make sure we're always putting ourselves in a good position. And we have to be honest here, most of the time, a lot of us are sitting. So if you're going to sit, it's critical that you do put yourself in a good position to minimize your pain and not lend your body to becoming adapted to this flexion-based society I've been speaking of. So some key points I want to talk about. Number 1 is when you're at an office desk or in any chair where you can vary the height. Again, always make sure that the hips are above the knee. Next thing you want to think about is to sit on your sit bones. You don't want to be slouching where you're sitting on your tailbone. Sit on the sit bones. Other thing you want to think about is having a neutral spine. So instead of slouching the spine, have it nice and tall. Now, if you're sitting on a bench, for example, you could sit like this, or you could lean forward and still be in a neutral position. If you're going to lean back, that's fine, but just make sure that you're not slumping the back here. A good tip I recommend is to always make sure that your lumbar spine is supported. So an easy thing you can do is just get a little pillow like this, or like there's lots of supports out there. You could get even a t-shirt and wrap it up. But putting this behind the back, sitting on the hip bones and scooting your hips all the way back right here. And then you can lean back, okay? Nice and easy. But you can see my spine here is in neutral. I'm not collapsing anywhere. The pillow is supporting me. I'm sitting on my sit bones and I'm relaxing. If you're on the couch, same thing. It's a good idea if you're gonna lean back, put something behind your low back to maintain that lumbar support so that the whole body doesn't collapse here, okay? So that's your sitting principle. I want you to think about this when you're in the car. Get the hips back, get it neutral. When you're sitting and eating dinner, when you're watching a movie, when you're working at the desk, whatever you're doing, think about your position, be mindful about your position. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Keep up with your day 2 routine here, and I will see you tomorrow for your day 3 exercise and your next routine. Be well, talk soon.